I've always wanted to play around with LED light strips and make a sign in my Maker Studio that has the catchphrase of "keep making." And as you can see, I finally did it. Here's how I went about making these cool looking 3D printed LED signs so you can go on and make your own or get someone else to make it for you, like this video's sponsor, PCBWay. But more about them a little bit later. So getting started, I was strongly inspired by Duke Doc's video and their LED sign build. It just looks awesome and I wanted that outcome myself. It's very simple yet very effective. All I needed was some LED light strips, a controller, a power cord, along with the design itself. So I jumped right into Blender and applied what I learned in their video to create a geometry node system that pretty much does 90% of the work of the design for me. Now, a little bit simplified, all I do now is decide a design that I like. I get a whole bunch of outlines auto-magically made of that design and clean them up, and then I give those outlines to my geometry node system that I've created. And lo and behold, I now have a sign ready to go. Now, it's a little bit more involved than just that, so if you're looking to do this yourself, I have an entire video going over the full design process over on my other channel, Keep Making. It's linked down in the description along with the sign maker itself and all the components that I've used. Now, I've got these design files and it's time to get them printed. But what if I don't have a 3D printer or I'm looking to make a gigantic sign and my printer is just not big enough? That's where PCBWay comes in. They're your go-to for all of your maker needs, offering PCBs, CNC machining, injection molding, sheet metal fabrication, and a plethora of 3D printing techniques. So go check out what PCBWay has to offer by clicking the link down in the description. With it all printed, it's time to get it glued together and wired up. Now, my top takeaways for this is don't do as I do and spray CA glue accelerant on black PLA, as that will just turn it white. And then definitely don't try and clean that mistake up by sanding it and then using an open flame to ultimately just melt your sign a little bit to then just cover it up with black paint. When it comes to wiring, take it slow and steady, and maybe use some chopsticks if you're like me and you made a sign that's slightly on the smaller side, yet you have big hands with chunky fingers. Also, make sure you add LEDs to all of the surfaces inside of the letters, including the letter holes. Just loop the LEDs around them like this. From here, we're pretty much done. All you have to do is add the diffusion caps to the sign and turn it on. However, there is a little tip I want to mention. If you're doing this and you find you get these little light spots where the LEDs are, it means that your diffusion layer is too close to your LEDs. So you can tweak the design to change that or make diffusion caps that stand out. With that said, let's take a look at the final results. Thank you for watching, keep making, and let the quest continue.